Okay. So good. So good. I'm about to wrap up my day and I was going to record a quick video because this question was asked. And I thought, you know what? I instead am going to go live. Okay, where we at here? Wanted to, this is going to be a bit of a more technical video, so to speak. But I want to, uh oh. I'm getting freezy here. Something is weird with my computer. Come on. All right, let's try this. I should be here. I'm going to make this really, really quick. I'm having some technical issues though. Can anyone hear me, see me? Let me know if you can hear me, see me. Hopefully, if not, I can restart. Something's weird. I really just want to jump into DeFi Llama and look at some numbers. Okay, you can hear me, see me. Okay, sweet. I'm going to share my screen really quick. All right. I got probably 3 or 4 of this. Is it too late to do DeFi? Did I miss the boat? Did I are there still gonna be opportunities? Is it worth me still chasing this? We're hitting ridiculous numbers right now, and we as in, like, people who are doing this, and we're not even close. Now, I do wanna back that up with actual numbers and actual data because it's easy for me to say that. Obviously, I'm in this. I love it. I teach it. I am in it every single day. I This is my life. So I'm also aware that I'm biased to it. I want this to work. I want this to be around for the next year. I want it to get better. And I know that. I'll always check my logic with data because I know I can be biased. And so we're going to look at just logical data. Does that sound good? And this is going to be a lot of fun here. If we look at total value locked, actually, we won't even look at total value locked. We're going to look at, we're going to go, actually, no, we're going to look at, what am I doing here? We're going to look at categories. There we go. I want to show you a few things here. DeFi really started getting going middle of 2020. Collateralized debt positions were one of the biggest, um, categories back in the day. And then lending took off, and then watch Dexes. That Dexes is in purple. Let me know if you can see my screen. Dexes 327 million. At the height of the last bull run, we had Dexes at 76 billion in TVL, meaning total value locked, $75 billion on DEXs. Right now, lending is taking the lead, 35 billion. DEXs is only at 21 billion. Lucas, that doesn't say everything. It definitely doesn't. But there is not even close to as much money in DEXs as A, there was, and B, that we're waiting for. Remember, we as liquidity providers get paid on volume. So the more volume, the more total. The two aren't necessarily correlated, but the more total value locked and the more volume flowing through things, the better for us. That's number one. Two, right now we're yield farming for some crazy opportunities on AVAX right now. I'm literally going to do a video at some point. We've already started talking about it in the UIG. 911% on blue chip assets right now. I am literally in pools. This is just a few hours ago. I think there's already $30 on this. I'm earning 0.5%. I'm earning 0.25% on stablecoin on some dexes. I'm earning over or almost 2% in blue chips on SUI. This has been 5 months I've been doing this, and it only gets better. We haven't seen nothing yet. The next 6 months is going to be hyper profitable. Now, you can earn over 1,000% if that's accurate. We're testing some of these right now on AVAX. Check this. Check this. Let's look at Avalanche. That's attracting a lot of it's attracting a lot of volume right now. Trader Joe is clearly the biggest DEX on Avalanche, but have a look at this. At the height of the bull run last time, there was $11 billion. On average, let's just call it 8. Bear market. We've been yield farming the bear market, earning more AVAX, earning more AVAX, yield farming, yield farming, yield farming, dollar cost averaging. We haven't even taken off. We're not even close. Let's go look at Sol because Sol has recently, if anyone is on Sol or Orca or any of the in the Solana ecosystem, you've done really freaking well, like really, really well. Um, I don't have my chat in here, but anyways, doesn't matter. Over the last, I don't know, since December, early December, you've done really, really well. We ain't seen nothing yet. Nothing. We were at $10 billion over here on Sol in late 2021, and we've been yield farming. We've been dollar cost averaging. We're buying some Sol. I don't know how much freaking Sol I have, but I stacked during the bear market. And now we're starting to reap the rewards if you've been buying holding. Two, if you are yield farming right now or moving into this bull market, you are earning ridiculous fees. It is not that difficult to earn a percent per day right now. Now, will that last forever? No. I was earning about 0.2% a day, sometimes less during the bear market. But I was excited because I knew the assets that I was yield farming for are going to be worth so much more. So it really wasn't 0.2%. Because if the asset 10x's, it's probably more like 2% per day. That math doesn't exactly add up. I'm simplifying it, but you get the point. So there's opportunities in the bear market, and there's definitely opportunities in a bull market, and we're just starting. We haven't seen nothing yet. I don't care if there's corrections, pullbacks. I don't care what the market does. All I know is we're far from where we're going to be, which is why all my chips are in crypto. All my chips are in DeFi. Every aspect of my life is centered around DeFi because I know where this is going. I learned this here, and I'll get out of here. I'm just making this really, really quick. I learned this idea from a 19-year-old. This is probably 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I was like pissed off because I wasn't where I wanted to be. I was like, dude, my life sucks. And I met this 19-year-old. He was making about $1 million a month. Some people are going to say that's impossible. That's bullshit. Totally cool. Doesn't matter to me. $1 million a month. He ran an agency, social media agency. And I got an opportunity. I joined Mastermind. So I had an opportunity to chat with him. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not doing anything different than anyone else is doing right now. But what people don't know is I positioned myself 5 years ago. He was literally in high school, like he was a kid. And he saw where the market was going with social media. And he put the connection that, hey, there's going to be old geezers and old companies that are going to need help with social media. So he started SEOing and positioning himself as a social media kid. And when the agency stuff really started taking off, he wasn't doing anything different. He was just early. And he said a word, I positioned myself. Now, some people call it luck, and so be it. But if he didn't at least take that shot, he wouldn't have positioned himself. And so when I see crypto and DeFi, I'm like, I want to position myself. When Bitcoin's $16,000, I'm positioning myself. We'll have this bull run. We're all going to earn awesome yields, awesome income, etc. At the end of this bull run, guess what? We're all going to be taking profit on the way up. Promise me that. The markets return to where they were, and we're going to position ourselves all over again. There is massive wealth if you are holistically thinking, or riches if you're just thinking money, which is kind of lame if you think that way, to be made over the next, I'd say, 2 years. And there's still people sleeping on this. They were sleeping on it when Bitcoin was 16 grand. Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll go down more. They're still sleeping on DeFi. They're like, well, I think it's going to go down again, or maybe I missed the boat, and they're going to be sleeping on it when Bitcoin's 100, 150K. They're and that's a reflection of every opportunity in their life. I'll do it later. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe the real estate. Maybe. And I'm like, this is why so many people miss. And I'm like, if you're on this YouTube channel, I am not going to allow you to miss. You are going to get in the game, even if that's with $10. I don't care. You're going to be in the game. And the more exposure you get to the game and the more you understand the game and understand why, I think the more conviction you'll build. And with more conviction, you'll apply. And with more application, you'll learn the skill. And with more skill, you'll build confidence. And with more confidence, you'll be able to deposit larger amounts of dollars confidently, not gambling, investing. So that is all the reasons why I know we're still early. It's not like, oh, I think it is. It's like the data and the charts show that we are early, that we are not too late to this game. And remember, there's always like make money, make my fun. MMF, make my fun says, uh, we get paid on fees. It's a business we run. We get paid on fees. And so when there's corrections in the market, the last 24 hours, I was just looking at this because I was freaking stoked. Where are we here? This is something we're actually investigating, this exact pool. Anyway, I don't have it in front of me anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But anyways, it's just like records have been hit in daily income from clients and members over the last 24 hours or the last 48 hours, and the markets were red. Why? Because there's more swapping, more trading, more fees being collected, and we earn those fees. To me, we get the best of all worlds, especially if we're in assets we're long-term bullish for. So if I'm liquidity providing for AVAX and some other pair, right now I'm AVAX BNB, and AVAX and BNB pull back a little, well, I'd be holding them anyways. I'm also earning a ton of fees because people are selling because they're crazy. And I'm just basically collecting more of it into my bag because I'm getting paid in AVAX and BNB. And then the markets turn around and things heat up. Well, they're somewhat correlated. They're actually fairly correlated right now. So my pool increases in value. The BNB and the AVAX that I earned while there was a pullback and everyone's freaking out, I earned, and I earn appreciation on my pool and the tokens I earned and the coins I earned. In this case, AVAX and BNB both being coins um, because they're native to Binance and AVAX, and I'm happy as can be. That's that. Wanted to pop in here quick. I was going to shoot a video, but I was like, I'm just going to go live and share it. I hope this helps answer that question, and I will divert anyone who has the question to this video. Hope that helps. Thanks for hanging out a second time. I know this was really quick, but I'm going to keep it quick. Check out the free course or come check out the community. People are earning records, and I think they ain't seen nothing yet. I think um, fees are only going to increase. Fees are going to only increase. Fran says 20 years ago was the best time to plant a tree. Today is the second time. 100%. 100%. There was so many times in my life where I was like, man, I wish I would have done that 2 years ago. If it, I'll start today. Literally. Or in 2 years ago, I'll be like, I wish I would have started that 2 years ago. I see people. This is gonna sound ignorant. That's fine. I say it with love, but there's a part of me that like I just see people who have no urgency all of the time. No urgency. Zero. And at the same time, they're very dissatisfied with their life. No urgency to get their health. No urgency to get the money. No urgency to, heal or build or find relationship. No urgency to do the damn thing. I'm like, we we have a very short time on this planet, and even if you're, you know, um, sort of spiritually, I don't. We could get into this for a while. I actually have some mentors who've been helping me a lot with putting some pieces in place, but they teach a concept by what's the guy who did it? Ken Wilber or Will something, called spiral dynamics. Basically, there's different levels of human consciousness, and it's color coded. And many will sort of skip the orange phase of spiral dynamics, which is really, we'll call it the building, the like getting your ass in gear and building. And at some point, you build, and you start moving into kind of the green phase of spiral dynamics, which is a little bit more. Uh, we would call it. Um, I want to be respectful of it, but it's kind of like uh, hippie. We'll call it that. Um, all one, care for the planet, and I love it. But what happens, or a big idea, I want to change the world. But what happens is if many people skip the orange of like, hey, putting their hands, building it, and they just stay in green. I'd be like, I want to change the world, but they'd rather watch TV than actually go do something. And so it's the incorporation of it all. It's the embodiment of it all that really matters. And if you skip the actual building phase and the actual learning how to put the work in and learning structure and learning how to, you know, put in the time and create a schedule and stick to that schedule and follow through and stay disciplined, then and many people bypass that stage and then kind of go into this like, it's just everyone should love each other. And it's like, it's good concept, but there's work to be done. We got to roll up our sleeves and create that work. And that's true for all of life. So don't discount the power or the importance of the work. And what's cool is as you build more financial freedom, you start realizing that at some point the money's not even of interest to you anymore. And now you want to use that money for good or do bigger things. But now you can actually build the systems, get the people together to actually build these projects and do these projects and change the world. And so I think a lot of people have no urgency, or they don't want to put in the work for a long enough period of time to actually see the results. And so many people are quitting literally when they're like one or two shovels away. Like if they just hit the dirt 3 or 4 more times with the shovel, they'd hit the treasure chest and it'd be like, "Ooh, a little piece would come in. Okay, how do I figure this out? I'm frustrated, but I'll figure it out." And then it's like, boom, one piece, click. And it's like, ooh, you move forward. And then the next. Right now, I'm going through a ridiculous amount of stepping into the unknown as we kind of started another company and we've been working on some stuff. And it's completely uncharted territory for me. And I know I'm going to go through 3 to 6 to 12 months of I don't know what the F I'm doing. I do hire coaches and mentors because I'm not going to walk it alone. I don't have time. I have urgency. So I want to find people who did it and tell me how to do it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, those people cost a lot at that level, but I'll happily pay 40, 50, 60 grand to learn. So I can speed up my process. So I'm not stuck for 5 years. Maybe I'm stuck for a year. And then I'll figure that level out. And then it'll be the next level because I think we use the external environment and external challenges and external uh, uh, situations and goals to grow spiritually, grow emotionally, grow as human beings. So when I see someone who has a goal for a car, I don't judge it. That used to be my only goal. I want to buy a sports car. And I think it's so beautiful because we're going to be forced to grow into the person who can actually have that sports car, create passive income, leveraged income, build a portfolio, buy the car. And I promise you, you'll drive the car for 3 days and you'll be like, cool. It wasn't even about the car in the first place. And I see some people hating on people who are only maybe set a monetary goal. There's levels to it. And then you'll be like, okay, I have a friend who who built 100 wells last year, 100 wells overseas, Africa. Um, that external goal, as awesome as it was and it changed lives, it also led to so much inner growth. And I think we set these beautiful goals and targets and things and all of this, and it's not even about the damn goal. It's because we crave growth and the people we become. And so I love investing in entrepreneurship because the people it's an accelerated path to spiritual and emotional development. It's a supercharged personal development growth plan. Some people go to Tony Robbins once or twice a year and they're like, I'm doing personal development. Eh. Um, Other people just do difficult things every single day and they're forced to grow. They have no way out. You cannot hide. You got to face it. And those who do reap the rewards, and those who say, meh, I kind of want it to be easier, they miss out not on the money. F the money. That's the byproduct. They miss out on the growth that comes. Um, the growth that comes from it. That's my time. That's my little sermon. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this helped. And if I can be of any value to you, feel free to leave a comment on YouTube. We check them every couple days and we create content around it. We have a list of 28 pieces of content to create over the next month, almost one per day that came from questions from YouTube. So never hesitate to leave a comment, etc., etc. Appreciate y'all being here. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy the weekend, and we shall